Welcome to the York College Laboratory. One of the first things any scientist learns is that working in the laboratory can be an exciting experience. However, the laboratory can also be quite dangerous if proper safety rules are not followed at all times. The EHS office has prepared this short instructional video on the safety rules that must be followed while working in the laboratory. Before entering the laboratory, you must dress appropriately. Many materials in the lab can cause eye injury. To protect yourself from possible injury, always wear safety goggles whenever you are working in the lab. Remember that damaging materials do not care if your actions cause them or not. Even if you are not doing anything that might injure your eyes at the moment, someone else might be. Lab aprons and non-latex gloves should be worn whenever working with chemicals or heated substances. It is the student's responsibility to provide these items. Tie back long hair in order to keep it away from any chemicals, burners, or other laboratory equipment. No open-toe or open-heeled shoes may be worn in the lab. These types of shoes expose parts of the feet which may be harmed by the accidental spillage of chemicals or hot liquids. Failure to adhere to the laboratory dress code will result in the student not being admitted to or asked to leave the lab. The students will not be allowed to make up the lab assignment for that session. There are fire extinguisher, fire blanket, eye wash, safety shower, and flume hoods located in each laboratory. Under no circumstances should access to exits, eye washes, showers, and fire extinguishers be restricted. Students must be able to find their way from their workstation to the nearest eye wash with their eyes closed. If you think you will be able to see anything if you get something in your eye, you are mistaken. Work areas, storage areas, and hoods should be clear of clutter. Each chemical laboratory contains a right-to-know compliance center, which consists of the chemical inventory and material safety data sheets for that particular laboratory. There is a complete set of chemical inventory and MSDS hard copies for the entire campus available in the EHS office, 1D10. In addition, the PDF copies have been posted on the EHS website. Professors and CLTs who wish to use the copies from the website should request access from the EHS office, extension 2662 or 2772. There are some general rules in the laboratory that must be followed. There will be absolutely no eating, drinking, or smoking in the laboratory. Instructors are directed by the Dean of Natural Sciences to give a grade of 0 to any student caught eating, drinking, or smoking in the laboratory. Never taste chemicals in the lab. Never smell chemicals directly. Gently wave your hand over the opening of a container and direct the fumes towards your nose. Never mix chemicals just to see what happens. Never experiment on your own. Your instructor will give the proper directions for the use of chemicals in each lab. After a lab is completed, you must carefully clean the equipment and the work area. The lab is not over until the lab has been cleaned. York College has developed a very strict chemical management procedure, and this procedure has been posted to the EHS website. You should label all chemicals or compounds made in the lab with their full name. When diluting an acid, always pour the acid into water. Never pour water into the acid. The chemicals in the laboratories are stored according to chemical groups and not by alphabetic order. Compressed gas cylinders must be secured in the upright position at all times and capped if not in use. No chemicals flashing below 100 degrees Fahrenheit should be stored in non-explosive proof refrigerators. Oxidizing agents should be stored in a separate area or shelf away from flammable chemicals. Take extreme care not to spill any material in the laboratory. If spills occur, ask your instructor or the CLT immediately about the proper cleanup procedure. Never simply pour chemicals or substances into the sink or trash container. Every laboratory has a satellite accumulation area, or SAA, for proper disposal of chemical waste. The SAA also has chemical spill control material along with emergency contact information. When pouring chemicals into the proper container, you must tightly close the container after use, even if there is another student behind you. In the case of an accident in the laboratory, report all accidents to your instructor or the CLT immediately. You should also know that students should not perform first aid on other students. Learn what to do in case of specific accidents, such as getting acid in your eyes or on your skin. Rinse affected area in running water immediately for 15 minutes and get cold shower if needed. Get MSDS as reference. Call public safety at 2222. If there is a fire, exit the lab immediately. Shut down the gas and electricity only if you know how to. Close the doors. Exit the building, moving away from the fire. Pull fire alarm, located by each exit. Call public safety at 2222. Students should watch this video as the first laboratory homework. Below this video on the EHS website, you will find a link for a quiz. You should finish the quiz and hand it into your laboratory instructor. We hope your laboratory experience at your college will be a healthy and safe one. If you have further questions about lab safety, please see the instructor or the CLT.